You ready, Bobers? We're gonna do the 144 compatibilities with the rabbit. Hello, Bobers. Oh, you got something on your... There's something in your mouth. Yes, you can be the genie. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so back, and I just had to have him star in the very beginning there because we are on the rabbit. I think that little piece of white was from like his bedding stuff, so yeah. Yeah. I kind of lost my spot. Mm. I just realized I did the rabbit one already. Whoops. Okay. Well, you know what? That's all right. We're just gonna, I'm not even gonna edit that part out because Boba is so darn cute that who wouldn't want to see Boba? Okay, we're actually on the rooster. Okay, so rooster. He identifies as a rooster today. How about that? All right, so roosters. Rooster male with all 12 female signs. Compatibility. Starting with rooster male and rat female. He is analytical and a perfectionist. She is stimulating, practical, and quite brainy in her own right. He is bossy, dogmatic, and prone to giving lectures. Her own resourcefulness and competence make her unwilling to follow his orders blindly and reluctant to accept criticism. And when offended, she can be sharp and petty. It's clear to her that he lacks the sensitivity and warmth that she seeks in a mate. This is not a promising match for either party. They tend to agitate each other unnecessarily. So in that kind of situation, I feel the rooster, I guess, is known for being very analytical and very critical in a lot of things. The way they're very blunt and sharp about how they feel about something and direct. And even though the rat still has a very high intelligence level, pretty much at the same level of the rooster, I would assume, she doesn't like to be criticized. So the rat does not like to be criticized at all, because even though the rat is understanding and stuff and they'll do their part, they don't take criticism well at all whatsoever, especially when it's too much. So that's why I think they could butt heads for sure. Now, moving to rooster male and ox female, these two will enjoy an excellent and lasting union. The rooster is open, frank, and brave, and more than compensates for the ox's reserve and restraint. He is also hardworking and serious enough to suit her love of dignity and prestige. His security consciousness will also appeal to the steadfast and resolute ox lady. In response to his sunny and optimistic ways, the ox may become more demonstrative and productive. However, she is likely to be the prudent and down-to-earth one in this partnership, which makes sense, obviously. And in spite of his noisy and competent discourse, the rooster will love to lean on his strong and noble ox wife. They will find each other responsible and dedicated. So in this case, because they're both very blunt about things, so they're straightforward, but in different ways. I guess she could admire that he is straightforward and blunt. How many times am I going to have to say that word in this video? And she prefers that. She wants to know what's going down right up front. And and he is not someone to talk about confusing delusional subjects, more straight to factual stuff, I think. And that is necessarily, in most cases, like the best thing that the ox would prefer, because they want that. Whatever is logical, factual, and grounded, it goes right along with the way the ox operates anyway. So they kind of bring out the best in each other and they work harmoniously. That's good. Rooster male and tiger female. A turbulent and spicy marriage will result from this pairing. Both are active and progressive souls, but they have wide differences in their personalities. He is too egotistical and eccentric. So, kind of odd, egotistical for the colorful tiger lady, and she is too much of a fighter to ever concede to his relentless and detailed criticisms. Under different circumstances, these two may have an energetic and diligent partnership, but in this combination, they are likely to be stubborn and petty about things. So I guess on a friendship level, they would get along just fine and they would work very well together. But in a relationship aspect, that could go sour, I guess. And now rooster male and rabbit female. They are unlikely to find their ideal love with each other. Their personalities may clash strongly because both are vexed by each other's negative traits. He is outspoken, exacting, and overzealous in his cutting criticism, and she is an artistic, reticent intellectual who may be a bit self-indulgent and unwilling to work hard. When the industrious and ruthless, efficient rooster gets through with her, she may feel like a victim of the Inquisition. Needless to say, the rabbit will be defiant and uncommunicative. So just do the silent treatment or ghost or just stonewall or something. Not stonewall. That actually doesn't even go with what I was saying. That's a completely different concept. Never mind. The rooster's lack of tact and indelicate ways are not intentional, but he cannot avoid hurting the rabbit, who thrives on sympathy and consideration. So where they can both enjoy like analyzing intellectually, it's on a different level. It's not in the same form. So, and the way they deliver it is completely different. So therefore, it's basically two intellectual minds at odds with each other. And it's kind of like the rat and rooster mix, but on a different level, because the rabbit is more quiet, more subtle, more kind-hearted and soft-spoken. So now moving on to rooster male and dragon female. In this excellent and productive marriage combination, the analytical and brainy rooster will be drawn to the bold, bright personality of the purposeful dragon lady. She will immediately recognize his inherent worth and intellectual prowess. Together, they can succeed in all their aspirations. She is not one to be intimidated by his bossy aggressiveness. She can and will dismiss his criticisms and eccentricities with a shrug, as she is bound to have a few peculiarities of her own that he will have to hear. So I guess there is a side to the dragon that can be deemed as eccentric and out of the box and kind of oddball, I guess, right? It's different and unique, but kind of like awkward is the best way I can explain it. However, overall, he finds her enthusiasm and energy boundless and exhilarating, and she will not resent his running her affairs, provided he treats her as an equal and respects her opinions. So, as long as he is respectful to her and not trying to constantly micromanage her, then she is fine with it. So in this case, she's not threatened by his, critical type of perception or perspectives of things. She doesn't take it to heart. She actually appreciates the inner intellectual that he is, as long as he is respectful and honorable in it. that she can see he offers something to her that she might lack in. And then he obviously sees something in her that lacks in him that he would like. So now moving to rooster male and snake female. This combination will be prosperous. The exuberant and intrepid rooster man could brighten up the snake's solemn outlook and bolster her spirits as well. Both are intellectuals, but in different ways. She is serene, reflective, and deliberate, and he is overcharged with zeal and dauntless optimism. This union provides them with the opportunity to balance the scales by offsetting each other's excesses. So it's kind of like a union where both can benefit the other. And I think I spoke about this in previous videos about the snake in particular. What the snake is definitely very picky. They are not easy to just, get along with. They're very secluded. They're very much to themselves, and yeah. But much like the rat as well, but the rat is more outgoing. But the way that they operate is that when they see something that they actually respect and admire and that they know that they could benefit from because it's something that they don't already have on a skill level that they want to learn more of, or they can appreciate that the rooster or another sign might have, that's when it becomes a more harmonious union. So that's why I think it could work in the union of the rooster and the snake, because even though they are so totally different in character, the snake female recognizes a lot of benefit, and like she admires and respects the level of intellect that the rooster has. So now we're going to move on to rooster male and horse female. A smooth marriage is not likely because these two strong-minded individuals are so easily irritated by each other. The provocative and undiplomatic rooster will castigate the horse for her high living and flightiness. But she is too sophisticated, witty, and flamboyant to settle for the simple and hardworking life he has planned. The rooster may have grandiose ideas, but his methods are dependable and precise. The horse may be more practical and realistic about her goals, but she is unpredictable and inconsistent in her methods. So he cannot comprehend her changeable ways, and she cannot abide by his strict routine and obsession with facts and figures. So now moving to rooster male and sheep female. The tough-minded rooster has the stamina to match his taste for work and achieving perfection. The sheep is kind-hearted, emotional, and dependent. He may patronize her need to cling, but won't put up with her self-pitying and indulgent ways. He can deal more easily with facts than with her tender feelings. She can understand his optimistic drive and ambition, but may find him too cold, calculating, and particular. Genteel and easily hurt, she could pack up and go home to mama if he censures her too much or too often. Oh, the tolerance factor in this combination is quite low. Rooster male and monkey female. This pairing is likely to result in a cool and defensive union unless both partners can alter their behavior. The monkey could have the annoying habit of grabbing what she wants and hanging on to it, oblivious of how others may feel. The rooster is too rigorous and exacting to let her get away with this. She is not amused by his skillful and parsimonious ways, nor impressed with his gift of oratory and debate. She possesses equal powers of rhetoric and will use them to provoke him. These two definitely tend to rub each other the wrong way and will only cooperate when the inducement to do so is irresistible. So that dynamic definitely sounds like a battle of egos for sure. Big time. And like nonstop trying to one up the other and push each other's buttons. So that could definitely get very tiresome. Rooster male and rooster female. This match could provoke an unhealthy holier-than-thou competition between these two aggressively virtuous personalities. Both are peevish and often obsessed with their own views and will not pay much heed to the other's opinions. However, they are duty-oriented and have conscientious and responsible natures. Who knows, they may be able to relinquish some of their demanding ways to achieve common goals. Then again, both are argumentative and opinionated, and there may be endless discussions before they sign a peace treaty or agree to call a truce. Yeah. A lot of yelling and arguing back and forth and calling out flaws and criticizing each other. It's another one-up situation, I think. That's just kind of how it sounds to me, but just in a different way. A rooster male plus dog female. Both parties here have fine minds, value their integrity, and are self-assured. However, both are also very outspoken. If the rooster starts to nag and grumble about the dog's frailties, she could respond by throwing all attempts at harmony out the window and giving him some scalding rhetoric in return. Both have sharp tongues and could hurt the other quite painfully. A workable relationship is possible only if one of them is unselfish and sensible enough to induce the other to lay down his arms. So, no, that's the first time I've ever read something about the dog female having, the abilities to well, I guess anyone really could, but just reading about the dog female, the first time I'm hearing that she can deliver some cutting words and stuff that really strike, especially for it to get to the rooster, because that's what I mean, because when it's against like other signs that are more not, as like logical or mental as the other signs like the rooster, normally you would not be surprised that they would take it personally, right? But for her to deliver such remarks or have the abilities to do so and even strike some pain into the rooster, that takes quite a bit. At least I think so. It would take quite a bit, I think. But I'm just making that assumption and maybe just basing it off of my own self because I'm a rooster rising. So if I'm a rabbit, then I'm a rooster rising, and then snake day. Never mind. Rooster male plus boar female. The trusting and easygoing boar accepts things at face value and prefers to politely skim the surface rather than offend others. The rooster makes pointed accusations. He is the unrelenting private eye who has to get to the root of the problem, even if it means upsetting everyone's apple cart. The boar is an independent thinker, but is always receptive to suggestions. The rooster is keenly observant in every detail. She would love to take his advice if only he could put a little sugar on it. However, she is also prone to being naive and easily imposed on by others, and therefore may have need of his sharp faculties. This could be the one steady common denominator of their marriage. So it's kind of like it reminds me of left brain and right brain. The left brain is the logical one, right? The right brain is more of the artistic, creative, but also the more compassionate, more empathetic side, understanding and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how I see that dynamic between the rooster male and the boar female. But that's what I have for the rooster. Even though I thought that I was doing the rabbit one at first, but I hope you liked it. Peace out.